windtrace! Windtrace! I love windtrace. It's actually my favorite game mode ever created. The act of going around and deceiving your enemies by going into strange places. Well, that is one way. Regardless, I love windtrace. I really do. I think it's quite enjoyable to play prop hunt, but in a game that I really enjoy, that being Genshin Impact. And I played a lot of it. Too much of it, actually. I'm bored of it and I hate it now. So to remedy my boredom, I've decided to make an entire video about it. Yes, that's a smart idea. Let's get to it. You've read the title, you know what we're talking about. I'm going to teach you how to be the best windtrace player. Both hunter and hunted. Or to be hunted, I guess. Because if you follow my guide, you won't ever be hunted. Maybe, I don't know. It's sort of more dependent on your teammates, but we'll get into that. I sort of just want to get this part out of the way. Don't get me wrong, hunting is an important part of the game. You gotta learn how to hunt if you want to learn how to hide. But if you know what you're doing, it's actually kind of easy. But hey, that's what I'm here for. That's why why you're watching the video. Yeah. To start off with, you gotta think about what one of these you want to use. Personally, I just like using the default setup. You can use pretty much anything, and it's going to be applicable to this guide, but personally I suggest this. Here's some general tips to give you an idea on what you should be looking for when you're hunting. First of all, you gotta think like a prop. Think like a prop. Think like the lantern. Okay, I'm going a little off track here. You gotta think like you're hiding from yourself in a way. When you look at a plane and there's a single tree there, they're probably hiding in the tree. Next piece of advice is to look for the prop when you're searching for someone. I don't know what you guys are doing, but so many times I've seen someone just walk past me in such an obvious spot. Like, you should at least use capture to see if I'm a prop or not.
Hey everyone, kitkat overkill 7253 here. And I'm going to be showing you how to do a rotation on a map for the windtrace game mode in Genshin Impact. Okay, let me just pull up the graphic here. Okay, so first thing you're going to want to do is use the tracer thing where you get to see where everyone is. If I see anyone in the wine fields, I immediately go for that because the wine fields can be annoying late game. They're just really annoying to deal with. Next, if there was an arrow pointing to the house, I go up there. I see if anyone. For some reason, a lot of people try to go on the roof. I don't know why they do that. It's not a very good location to go to. But regardless, that's where I go. And then I just keep using until I find everyone. If I do find everyone, when the elemental burst thing comes down, I grab that, and I only ever use that when there's like one person left. And if I'm really like running out of time, then I use my tracker, and then I go to a location near them, and then I use it. It just makes it a lot easier. This is sort of my general rotation. You can follow it if you want.
Essentially, your goal with hunting is to be as fast and snappy as possible. Make sure you get someone about once per minute, with roughly 30 seconds to spare when you finish. That's personally what I get around. Sometimes I get a minute 30, sometimes I barely scrape by in the last, even 2 seconds or so. Really, it's different every round. Depends on who's in your game, who you're facing up against, and actually most of the time the map. I was hiding off screen, because we're in the hiding part now. Finally, at the beginning of the video. Oh my god. Yeah, hunting's good and all, but honestly, hiding's where it's at. I'm not gonna waste any more of your time. Let's just talk about hiding. When you're hiding, I don't usually go with something simple. What you'd initially think when starting to play the game is, oh, I gotta disguise myself. But with no penalty on how much you can use capture and just how easy it is to see something that's not supposed to be there, I find just doing something that no one else expects is a much better solution than anything else in the game. Like, no one's gonna expect me to go on top of this fucking clock tower. Yeah. Speaking of maps and places to hide, I'm gonna take you through every single map and what I think of it. If I'm being honest, the maps they chose for Genshin are pretty good. Can I call them maps? They're just whatever. Let's just go through it. First map, number 12, Gold Beyond the Grains. This map is fucking tiny and there's like nowhere to hide. It's also very horizontal, which you're going to see me complain about a lot. Most of these maps have the same issues in that they're either really horizontal or they're just tiny. This is personally where I hide. It's so gimmicky. It barely ever works. It's the best I could find though. 11, Rustic Shadows. This map is not very good. Again, very horizontal. And the spots that you go to are very predictable. This is my spot. It's probably the best I could find. Some people just go into the massive posts. It never works with the fish on them. 10, Terrace Patrol. Again, how many times am I going to say this? This map is very, very horizontal. There's a little patch down the bottom there, but that's so small and it's also down, meaning that if you hide there, you're at a disadvantage in terms of escaping, which is half the game when it comes to hiding. 9, Deeper Tides. This map might seem good, but you got to remember that the only thing that it has going for it is that big pillar in the middle. And if anything, that's a bad thing because that's what the hunter is going to be looking at. That's the first thing I go to personally whenever I go into this map. I climb up and see if anyone's hiding up there, and normally someone is. This is where I hide. Again, very gimmicky. Doesn't always work. In fact, barely ever works. But 8. Sancrosanct Domain. This map might seem good at first until you realize that you can't actually climb a lot of the things there. I don't know what those are called. The most you can do is go up to here, but that's not very good either. I don't actually have a hiding spot for this map because I couldn't find one. This is the best I got. Sorry. 7. Drifters in the Terrace Depths. This is the first actually good map. The one that you're probably going to have a good time hiding on. Now, okay, this is going to look fucking stupid, okay? But hear me out, okay? I hide here. Look, the map is so long that most of the time the hunters can be spending it in the fields or not here. And even when they do get here, you're actually pretty hard to see. Trust me. Look, trust me. Trust me on this one. 6. Small Town Guerrilla War. This shit is more difficult than it may seem. The map is just very bumpy. It's not necessarily vertical, but there just are small parts that are higher, so you have to climb up. Makes it very easy to escape. There are a lot of places to go to, and most time people just hide on the windmill, which is actually super busted, because if you hide up there, you can immediately see when the hunter is going for you, glide down, and gliding, you're actually the same speed as the hunter, meaning you get a good, 10 or 15 seconds of them wasting their time on you. This is where I hide. It may seem gimmicky, but it's actually super effective. 5. City in the You're Concealed. This map has got a lot of very strange places in it, but the good thing about it is that it's very vertical, and it's also vertical restricted, meaning there's only one way to get up into the higher parts of it, being on that little bridge there that's fallen down. The only problem I have with it is if you know what you're doing, like if you're a good hunter, it's actually a very easy map because there are a lot of hiding spots, but they're all very predictable. Like if you have an arrow pointing to a certain area, you know that you immediately know where they are. This is my spot. I'm actually very proud of this spot. I found it when windtrace originally came out. Very proud of it. I think it's a good spot. It's never failed me, except for the times it has. But that wasn't my fault, I swear. Winery Confrontation. This map is small, but as I said before, the wine fields are very annoying. I mostly just put this on the list because of the spot I found. Like, it's really good. I can pretty much assure you that as long as you're not the last person and they use the elemental burst thing, you're probably going to get away with this spot. 3. Beneath the Stone. This map is just fucking hell for hunters. It is so vertical and it's so difficult. Personally, what I do is I go all the way to the top, then use my marker to try and see where everyone is, and then I have to go get them one by one, which is just hell. If you ever get into a game where you have coordination with the rest of your team somehow, I don't know, as a hider, everyone go to a different level and be ready to just run away from the hunter. And I can assure you they will not get you in time. This is where I hide. It's actually never worked before, despite being really glitchy. I'm hiding behind a wall here. The only way to see me is from one side, and yet every single time I've used it, I've been caught. I think I'm missing something. 2, the Pearl of Sango. Okay, I mostly just put this on here because of the spot that I found. I'm really proud of it, I think. I think it's a cool spot, although I pretty much always get caught in it. Now, the thing about this spot is it's really good for wasting the hunter's time. It's really, really obvious they're pretty much always going to see you, but because they think that they can just jump onto there, like you have, they'll waste a lot of time trying to figure out how to get up there, that by the time they catch you, the hunter will have barely any time to catch the other 2 hunters and you'll win. You're sort of being a team player by picking this spot. Also, the map has just got a lot of little hiding spots that you can go to. Number 1, water runners. This map is good, don't get me wrong. Very vertical, got a nice little pit at the bottom there. But pretty much every single spot I've shown you so far, it's been good, right? It's worked, but they've never been OP. They've never been breaking the game. Yeah. It's not really fair, if I'm being honest. How's the hunter supposed to see these pixels? I can assure you that if your teammates get the elemental burst, you won't be found in this spot. You just won't be. That's a certified kitkat promise. And that's it. I'm done. If I'm being honest, I really only made this video just to show my cool little hiding spots that I found while I was playing way too much of this game. But hey, if you enjoyed, cool, dude. Happy you enjoyed. This video is not supposed to be taken seriously. Any advice you get given, please just do the reverse of it, and it'll probably work better if I'm being completely honest with you. That's all. See ya.